Good morning, everyone. This is M4J Watt Replays, and today we are going to be looking at the E75TS. So, this premium tank, German Tier 8 Heavy, it's a really nice tank. I'm going to look at the characteristics of it real quick, and then we are going to get into some gameplay and how to use it. So we're comparing it to the other Tier 8 Heavy tanks. We've got all the same provisions that I would normally mount. Let's go ahead and mount the equipment that I would also mount. And so now let's look at these characteristics. So health points, 1,961. Definitely not the best, but that's still a pretty good amount of health for a Tier 8 heavy tank. And then we've got the view range, 285 meters. That's really good view range on a heavy tank, especially. I've literally just driven up to a position and spotted a light tank before anyone else on my team, and I was like halfway across the map, and our light tanks were even closer to him, so it's got really nice spotting range. The firepower, it's got nice damage per minute, 2,375, 215 penetration. It's not too great penetration, but it'll be enough to penetrate pretty much anything you come across at your tier. For tier 9, you're probably going to want to load the APCR, though. The damage, 310, and you're going down here. The rate of fire is really good, 7.8 reload, 7.8 second reload time. The gun handling, wonderful. The gun handling is wonderful. It's got really nice aim time, 1.9 seconds, 0.285 dispersion. On the move, it's really accurate. 10 degrees of gun depression. This is it's just a marvelous tank. And the weight, it's a German heavy tank, so it's gonna go not too fast, but fast enough, and it's heavy enough that you can actually ram something and hurt it fairly badly. The speed's 38 at is 38 for top speed. It has a pretty bad power to weight ratio, only 10 horsepower per ton. So you're gonna take quite a while to speed up, but the traverse speed's not too bad. Size is pretty massive, and it doesn't have very good concealment either. And for the armor profile, when you're using that 10 degrees of gun depression and you're side scraping, your armor itself isn't very thick. It's only like 150 millimeters in the front of the hull, 300 or 235 in the turret, I believe. So as you can see in the hull, 150 millimeters, but 300 millimeters angled, and this is not even using gun depression. This is just head-on. But the lower plate's only 210 millimeters of effectiveness. So you're really going to be able to go through that lower plate pretty easily if you're a tier 8 heavy tank. If you're a tier 7 tank, then you're usually going to struggle with that lower plate. But as long as you angle the tank, you've got really nice armor. Turrets, pretty much anything's going to be able to go through that if you load the Pramo. But when you're angling this, like I've said before without showing any explanation why, the side armor, it's got that spaced armor there, so you've got about 229 millimeters effectiveness at this angle, and you can just sit there and side scrape all day long, and there's nothing that they're not going to be able to do anything. See, 539 millimeters, and a little more, 308, and you've got that spaced armor, so if they go to shoot the high explosive and they hit that spaced armor, it's only going to do about 50 damage or so if they're using a 105 millimeter gun like you are. Of course, if they go for the turret, it's going to do about 100 or so damage. And my favorite part about this is that 10 degrees of gun depression. When you're using that 10 degrees of gun depression, your upper hull is 421 millimeters thick. Turret, it's still not very well. And you can just sit here and angle like this. They're not going to be able to go through you except for your lower plate. Your upper plate's invincible. Your sides are invincible. You can shoot through the track and actually penetrate it here. But other than that, it's a really nice tank. It's got really good armor. Very maneuverable. Got a great gun. And, well, let's now get into some replays so you can see what I'm talking about. So first up, we are on Fort Despair, and while this replay doesn't exactly have the greatest damage, I chose this one because it shows just exactly the kind of position you can get in with this tank. So I'm going to drive up to this little area right here on Fort Despair, and if I'm ever driving this tank, this is my favorite place to go, because you can just sit here in a hold down position. They can't hit your lower plate, and as long as you're making sure that you're hiding that lower plate and not exposing the side of your turret, then you're going to just sit there and be pretty much invincible. So here's this little SP1C. We're going to get a shot off on there on him. And you can, he's going to try to drive around there. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to hit him. So we're going to push forward, get another shot there. And now we're just going to use our 10 degrees of gun depression to bully him. So he's right there. We get another shot on him. And our Lurver just got destroyed. And I am now the only one over here fighting 4 tanks. We see this T-28 HTC. We try to go for that shot in there. Unfortunately, it bounces off. And we're going to turn and focus on this Dracula. As you can see, when we're angling here, he really just can't penetrate us. We fix our track, we turn, we bounce another shot from him. And now we're just going to push forward to this little wall, where again, we can use our great gun depression and our very tall size to just look right over it. We managed to overmatch the top of that T-28 HTC. Now we're just going to sit here and angle. Unfortunately, he will go through us that time. I think he was using the Pramo. We get another overmatch onto his side there, and now our team is coming to the rescue. We're sitting here wiggling the turret, but we see this Dracula, so we turn to take him out, go back to the HTC, and this, while they will be able to penetrate your turret with Pramo really, really easily, if you're wiggling your turret side to side, angling it, there's a very good chance that they are going to bounce. And that's what we're going to do here. We're just kind of wiggling our turret side to side. Unfortunately, he does get taken out before he can shoot again. And we're not going to be able to do any more damage this round, so we're just going to go ahead and skip to the end of the battle. But a pretty good game there. Didn't last long at all, but 2,775 damage and a kill. The 75 TS on the enemy team, very good game for him. 3,944 damage, but unfortunately he was unable to survive. So next up, we're on Dynasty's Pearl, and there's that T-49. Unfortunately, we do bounce off of him. And we see this waffle over here, so we're going to drive forward and see if we can bait a shot from him. We just stop and we bounce his shot. He is going to drive away before we can come around the corner and get an HE round into him. But that's not too much of a big deal, because we're just going to keep pushing forward. We turn over here and see this Lurver in the middle. So we're going to crawl up this hill, and you can see just how bad the horsepower per ton ratio is. I managed to get a nice shot, nice shot there on that Lurver, and now he's going to push forward. He isn't going to ignore us. He gets taken out by our E75, and now I'm going to push into the middle. And you can just see here that just how good the accuracy is on the move. We see this waffle. We tried to get a snapshot there. For some reason, this tank, while it does have that wonderful accuracy, wonderful aim time, it can't really get any snapshots off. I'm not sure why, but you can't really hit anything on the move reliably. But we're gonna sit here at this area trying to see if we can get a shot off on that T-49, get a nice side shot off onto him. And now we are going to just see if we can get another shot on him. He shoots an HE at us. We managed to get another shot onto him, and here comes the WZ 1114. And we're going to see if we can get another shot on this T-49, but it doesn't look like he wants to come out. So we're going to focus on this WZ. We get a nice shot there into him, and we're trying to wiggle. Now he's using the high explosive, and he hit our spaced armor. We take 2 nasty shots there, one from the AMX behind us and one from the T-49 in front of us. So now we're just going to back up and use our own E75 TS as a shield. This WZ can't get a shot off, so we're going, while he's trying to push up this hill, we're going to take that opportunity to turn into this wall and come out in a side-scraping position. Get a nice shot on his lower plate, shoots us with HE. That time it actually hit our hull, not the spaced armor. We're going to come out again, go for another shot into him. And you can see just how good the damage per minute of this thing is. We are just coming out and obliterating him while he's only doing about 40 or so damage per shot onto the side of our hull. And we managed to absolutely destroy that poor WZ a whole tier higher. So we're going to push forward now. It's only that one T-49 left. He was last spotted around here, so I want to see if I can spot him. There he is. So we're going to push up. Maybe we can get that shot off. Are we going to be able to go for him? And then he's suddenly going to go unspotted. Go for that blind shot. And the sad thing is, that blind shot hit, but it, well, you'll see. So we're going to turn around and see if we can't push into the middle here. We're just still waiting. GG T-49, he did a pretty good game. And you can see our shot left him at only 15 HP. But there's another good game in the E75, showing you exactly how to use it. And while you won't always get the greatest damage off with this heavy tank, it's as long as you can hold the position, put out some damage, and just hold the advance and push forward, you're going to just, it's wonderful. And so now we are watching D_O driving his E75 TS Eagle. And he's going to have a very nice game here. He's going to push this windmill here. This VK45.02 is going to try, excuse me, is going to back up. He does take a shot from him. So he's going to push forward again, see if he can go for that track shot. Just hits right above, though. And the SC100M1 on his team just completely yellows and gets taken out. He's going to push forward, make sure he gets that shot. And he is going to try to ram this VK45, but the T29 takes him out instead. So now he's going to focus his attention on this T28 HTC, gets a nice shot in there, and now he's going to use these dead bodies as a shield for his lower plate. Gets another shot into the T28 HTC, and he's going to go for those, the other cheek again. Is he going to be able to get that shot off? Yes, he is. 316, I believe. And now he's going to start pushing forward. The HTC, he can just penetrate him really easy. He manages to take him out, bounces a shot from the AMX M445, and now I don't know what that Tiger P is doing. As you can see, he's got that really nice accuracy, and yet that shot just completely misses the Tiger P. But it manages to hit but bounce off that time, and now he's just going to keep pushing forward, gets a nice shot there. He's going to come up, rams him, doesn't do any damage, unfortunately. He's going to get another shot onto that Tiger P, and he is ignoring the tanks behind him, trying to take out the lower lower hit point tank. But now this, he's getting damaged really badly, and he now has a turret as a little extra shield for his own turret, but unfortunately he can't really shoot out from underneath the turret. But he's going to push forward here, sees that M4 FL10 and the AMX, the AMX M445. Both of those are pretty big threats, mostly the AMX M445, because it will penetrate the E75's E75 TS's lower plate like a knife through butter. It will just go through so easily. But he's going to come out, he's going to go for that track shot, and as you can see, he's able to penetrate really well there. He's just going to sit here and try to side scrape on this dirt mound. Gets another shot into the AMX. Gets penetrated again by the AMX. And now he is going to back out. Turn. There's the T25/2. He takes him out. He's going to back up here. Come out as he finishes reloading. Take out the AMX M445. And now it's just that M4 FL10. And he's going to try to run away there. But as DO will have it, that is not going to occur. Pantera survives, M4 FL10 is gone, and that is the end of another really nice game with the E75 TS. So to recap real quick, he managed, So in that game, he managed to pull off 3,600 damage or so and get 4 kills. Unfortunately, I was unable to record the after-battle results. He only managed to get a second-class badge, though, which just goes to show how hard it is to get an ace in this tank. And while you don't see it very often, people clearly do very, very well in it. I assume they mostly use it in ratings. But it's a very nice tank. It's not very quick, but as long as you get to those frontline positions, hide your lower plate, use your armor intelligently, and you can just use that rate of fire and that good penetration and accuracy to just murder other heavy tanks, chip away their health points, hold that position, and it's going to be, well, it is a really, really nice tank. But so that is all for today, folks. If you like this video, despite my random mumblings occasionally, then give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if this video is actually pretty helpful, then go ahead and share it with some people that you know. But this is M4J Watt Replays, over and out.